This is John Lothringer's 67 Chevy C10, and I'll get to the details of it in just a second. But first of all, let's just talk about the appeal that a classic American patina truck has. Literally, all walks of automotive culture loves a truck like this and can relate to a truck like this and sees you don't even have to be alive in this era to feel the presence and the nostalgia of this era in this truck. It is the coolest thing. It is a rolling time machine. It's like your senses calm down from the chaos of the 21st century. And it's like you go back into, what we perceive as a simpler, calmer time. How can a truck do that? Your guess is as good as mine, but it's awesome that it does. John will be the first to admit he's not a professional at this. What he has is a 2-car garage and a 6-pack of beer. And balls. A lot of times we get paralyzed by our own fear, what ifs. We overthink. You got to get past that obstacle. You, a lot of times, are in your own way when it comes to these builds. Look, if it's a new car, I understand. But like with these old project cars, you are not ruining a car. You have to always write that on the wall of your garage. You're not ruining a car. You are saving a car that was left for ruin. That is the difference. And when you look at it like that, you got a wide open lane because there are no rules. There are no boundaries. When that truck's fate was already sealed and then you gave it a second life, all bets are off, right? So that's the way that John looks at this. Like I said, he's got a 2-car garage, a 6-pack of beer. He lives up in Michigan. They're built different up there. And he's probably got a space heater. And then he sits there and he stares at the truck. And he stares until something sparks. And then he goes for it, because that's what this is all about. Think of it as a stack of dominoes. A stack of dominoes is not all 2,000 dominoes. It's one. Flick it, right? Just start. You got to start. And sometimes it's like, I was about to say Rick Ross. It's like Bob Ross says, like, we don't make mistakes. We make happy little accidents, right? So you just start. And sometimes what you think is a screw up ends up being an absolute breakthrough. That's my rah-rah speech for the day. Just don't let you be your biggest obstacle. It's not about perfection. It's about just doing it. It's the hobby is the doing, right? It's a 67 Chevy C10. 503 green was the main motive of this build. It was as essential as the car itself that it was on. There's something about that color that captures the era. There is a mood, a feeling to that color. So essentially, John was going to build this truck off a set of wheels that he had. So the wheels and the ride height was the nucleus, and everything else was up for interpretation. The wheels are a set of work CR2Ps. They are 18, I'm going off memory here. They're 18 by 11 -4 in front and 18 by 11.5 -30 in rear. Holy shit, I can't even remember my own wheel sizes, and I remember that. You would think a set of wheels like that would be like astronomically expensive, and here's the thing, they should be, but these came off of an E90 BMW M3 wide-body time attack car. So when the guy was selling the wheels, the market is so small that he was able to kind of score a deal on them. He wasn't putting a set of wheels on a truck. He was putting a truck on a set of wheels. See the difference? The truck needed to be slammed. The truck needed to be bagged. The truck needed to be cut. So he did a huge, like 10-inch notch in the bed of the truck. In front, he did a Z notch, cut the cross member, did a whole bunch of custom fuck around and find out type of shit. This truck was originally a long wheelbase truck. John cut the frame rails and shortened it to what's essentially a short wheelbase truck. And then he bobbed or trimmed or whatever you want to call it, the bed another foot. So if you look at the proportions of this thing, it's short. It's shorter than a short bed, even though it was originally a long bed. And obviously the 503 green is like a big identity. It's a big part of the identity of this build. And obviously the patina in that 503 green was as important as the color itself. So what John did, look, old paint, it tells a story. And that story takes years, decades to unfold. This truck has what, 60 years worth of story in that paint. You don't just want to sand that and repaint that. So he went with Poppy's Patina. If you haven't seen it, it's like a wipe-on clear coat. I haven't used it. I want to use it. You wipe it on. You can get it in matte. You can get it in full gloss. You can get it however you want. But it protects the paint without ruining the story behind the paint. As far as the engine goes, it's just got a 350 Chevy V8 out of like a late 70s something or other, but it's got a T56 manual transmission, which makes it dope to run to town in. John also did a way over the top cage in it because, you know, why not? You got a welder. Sparco racing seats, Sparco steering wheel, all that shit. Oh, and he's got 335 tires on all four corners because stretching tires is whack. I guess that's my time. If you guys want to check out the pictures at your leisure or read the article, please check out s3mag.com and or get the free S3 Magazine app. Also, coming soon, John's got a long nose old vintage Porsche, which is my jam. He bought this thing for a deal, but still kind of got screwed and is making lemonade out of lemons and is going to end up doing like a K24 swap. It's going to be super dope. As you can tell, like the guy's not scared to go in. So